Young Socceroo striker David Lowe, according to some, was disappointing in his first outing for Newcastle last week. He made some amends on Saturday when he scored and starred for the home team as they survived against an enterprising Wollongong. The Wolves are in the red and white.
No corner to be taken by Jeff Ainsworth. Curled in there and nodded away well by Mountford. And Mason on the break. He's got Lowe with him. That's a good ball. Now David Lowe, one-on-one situation. Back comes Leichhardt. Still David Lowe. Chance here and well saved by Preston. Pollard. Fleming. Back to Steve Pollard. O'Connor. And again the advantage not played when it looked as though O'Connor got away, and it's a quick ball through there to O'Connor and tries to chip Gosling, but well wide. So Joe Senkalski to curl it in with the right foot. That's to the far post. Half out there by Vliestra, and the chance comes down to Lowe and off the line, and again Preston makes a good save from the rebound. Gets away from Jones, tries to turn back into him. And goes round another, and still another, and still another. And what a superb goal by Roy Cotton. Absolutely magnificent, winding his way through a perplexed Newcastle defence. Nice header forward there by Lowe, but Mountford too slow to read it. Senkalski finds Drysdale on the right. Meyer making the run up outside him, but he's covered well by Kerr. This is still Drysdale. Now Meyer. Well, that's too close to Preston. The Preston has to punch. This is Lowe, and the drive, it's there!
Mark Waine was our man at Newcastle, where the match ended in a 1-1 draw. Goals by Ati Carboni and Mark Jankovic. Marconi are in the blue shirts.
Oh, that reminds me. When Cousin Hattie comes in this morning, I want to give her our Philharmonic tea.
Sermani poking it forward now to Rod Brown, but he's pursued by three Canberra defenders. Brown with a chance, but couldn't keep it down. Budini chipping it forward towards Jankovic. Redmond tries to get away there from McCulloch. Now Budini. This is Sermani. Sermani weaving his way through. Finds Brown, but Brown loses his footing, but still manages to keep the ball somehow. Cole can't go forward or back. Has to go sideways and makes a mistake. The chance to Carboni, and it's there! What a terrible error there in defence. Jankovic. And in the way there gets Young, and the shot comes in. Tommy Sermani it was. Stone, a good first-time ball there to McLaren, and McLaren ridden into the ground there by Degny. That was a professional foul. 25 metres out. Three men over the ball, one Bryant, one Stone. And Stone leaves it for Bryant, he chips it forward, and this is Stone, and he scores! Yes, indeed, Canberra, a superbly worked free kick. Hunter. Sermani sliding it forward, a good ball too to Carboni, and he gets across in there to the far post, and not in there, and Brown just wide. So 3 minutes to go here at Marconi Stadium. Still the scoreline reading: Marconi 1, Canberra 1. And Jankovic going through and into an open goal. Jankovic, a sensational score.
Mark Leonard, under those circumstances, Adelaide City would have been the happier with the result, which again was a 1-1 draw. City are in the stripes.
So Newcastle United get the game underway. They're playing from right to left in the old goal strip, immediately getting a free kick there for the foul on David Lowe. And Adelaide City, of course, in their traditional stripes. It's a good throw there by Shillabeer, finds Maxwell. He's got Watson in his back. Still Steve Maxwell, gets to the line, cuts the ball back, it's a good cross to Carter, and slotted in there. The first goal of the afternoon, coming in the 11th minute there. So Tredinick with the kick now, chipping it in, but Cole in the way. Now David Jones will have the opportunity to hoist it back in there. He does so. It's a bit too close to McNally though. Oh, and a violent challenge from Bob Mountford hits Willie McNally. And McNally is down. The Adelaide City players don't like it. As Willie McNally writhes in agony. Bob Mountford gets the yellow card for use of an elbow. It looks as though Howard Tredinick might try a long one. No, just a short one, but finds Lowe. Lowe, this is Jones. Cuts it back there for Mountford, and it's there! Bob Mountford in the last minute of the first half. A neat move between Lowe and Jones, and Bob Mountford in injury time in the first half equalised for Newcastle United.
Mark Waine at the International Sports Centre, where again 1-1 was the final score. Position on the table when his home team overcame Leichhardt, whose goal tally incidentally remains now at 2 in 4 matches. Leichhardt are in the white shorts.
Mason. Mountford finds Senkarski, and a good ball forward, looking for Grantley, the new signing from Sydney City. A good ball to David Lowe, and Lowe turns and just floats over the crossbar. Valeri now runs at Watson. Valeri keeps it in play well, and the ball comes back now to Bradley. And John Bradley shot just over the bar. Lee finds Senkarski. And Senkarski switches play well. David Jones has got plenty of space. Outside him is Howard Tredinick. This is he, chipping it in there to Lowe, and the ball ballooning over the crossbar. Mariani climbing over Senkarski, and this is Bertogna, who, as I was saying, will be playing against England, or is in the squad at least, to play England. Now Lee. Senkarski looks to find Gradley again, and Lee keeps it in well. And a cross ball to the far post put Woodhouse under pressure, and Mountford bundles Woodhouse over, and a corner to Newcastle. John Bradley gingerly gets to his feet as Grant Lee now has the ball, crosses it in there, it's over the head of Woodhouse, and Mountford scores! So Bob Mountford scores his fourth goal for the season.
Mark Waine at the International Sports Centre, Newcastle winning the match 1-0. Nearly 7,000 fans. Pratton Park became the venue for their game against Adelaide City. No bad news in that as far as the outcome of the game went, which Leichhardt won comfortably, doubling their goal tally for the season. Adelaide City are in the stripes.
Carter, Jones just getting back on side. The header going straight up in the air from Shillabeer. Bradley brings it down. And Carter making the overlapping run. The cross coming in, the header coming in, and pushed past for a corner by Willie McNally. Ian Gray will take the throw in himself. Looks as though he might try a long one. Does so towards diminutive little John Bradley. Morcello back to Butler. He tries one. Ooh, a screamer by Terry Butler. Using the wind well. Well, that's what we should be seeing more of in this first half from Leichhardt. I'm sure we'll see that from Adelaide City in the second half. Using the wind to advantage. Now Maxwell, a misunderstanding there between Pullen and Maxwell's away, and the shot just clearing the crossbar. Well, a chance either end, and that's certainly Adelaide City's best chance of the match. Paul Carter to pump it forward. Jones gets a good touch on there. Can DiCelia keep it in? Yes, he can, and it's in the back of the net. Looked as though it might have been an own goal, or did John Bradley get a touch? Now Leichhardt come forward. And down goes Paul Carter. And it looks as though John Bradley will take the free kick when referee Rennie is happy with the Adelaide City wall. Curling it in there towards Morcello. And again, knocking it in towards Jones. And the header, it's there by Peter Jones. Well, the second minute of the second half. Peter Jones putting his name on the score sheet for Leichhardt in his return match in 1983.
Mark Waine at Preston Park, Leichhardt winning the match 2-0. Last year, young David Lowe was again one of the heroes. Newcastle are in the yellow.
Adelaide City bringing up the 10 for this corner. It's towards Robbie Dunn. Managed to be cleared there by Newcastle. Now Graham Hayes gets a second chance to cross it in. That's a good cross too, and the header comes in from Wormley and somehow scrambled off the line by Newcastle. Chance now for Hearn, but his shot goes over the bar. Pressurised there was Howard Tredinick, and the break is on. Shot coming in, and Gosling holding well as Wormley was waiting to pick up any crumbs that might come. Mason straight up in the air, Lee nodding it on. Now Mason again. The run by Jones, but Dunn will get in the way. And a misunderstanding there. Now Lowe. Let's see what he can do. Grant Lee's behind him, but he runs at the defence. Gets a cross in. Sproul punches it out. Counter! And Newcastle United hit the front. Misjudged by all the players there. This is Lowe. Finds Brandt. And a good ball to David Lowe. He skirts one. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Brandt. It's there. Simon Brandt. What a way to start his National League career.
Mark Waine at the Sports Centre. The Slickers once again look the part of champions, and Mitchell suitably got among the goals. Leichhardt are in the darker.
Steve O'Connor plays Bruce into trouble. In fact, the ball doesn't reach him, but Tredinick can't control. Now, good ball finding John Bradley. He's forced wide, though, by Alec Robertson, who treads on the ball. The ball comes square to Tredinick. Charged down by O'Connor. Tredinick again, but straight at Todd Clark. And the long and the short of it with Gomez and Bradley. Now Pullen kicking Cosmina and the ball. Sharman does better than Souness. Now Johan Sharman. Still going Sharman. Gets a shot in. And a fine save by Todd Clark. And Watson robbing Gray and skipping away from him. Outside of Watson is Mitchell. The ball goes across. Butler to Gomez, and the shot. It's there. Superb goal to Jerry Gomez. Finds Cosmina. Cosmina, a good cross too towards Gomez. Tries again the overhead kick, and the ball dropping perilously close to that crossbar. Now Souness finds Mitchell. He turns inside, and a good ball too to Jerry Gomez. He's faced by Butler. The little man can't win though. Gomez keeps it in. And stuck in there. No, it hits the post. How did that ball not go in? So
We are now into the second minute of injury time. As Todd Clark, the long ball to the open spaces. John Cosmina flicking it down to Joe Watson. Watson goes round one, goes round two. He might try the shot. And Mitchell is onside, and can he finish? Yes, he can! And in the very last minute of the match.
Mark Waine at the Athletic Field with City winning the match 2-0.
Newcastle about to kick off. They'll be playing from left to right in their familiar all-yellow strip, Lions in the orange and blue. Both teams come to this game after last start wins, and immediately a good break for Grant Lee. And Lee goes down, and it's a penalty kick in the very first minute. Grant Lee brought down, and after 15 seconds, a penalty kick. So now, let's see, Michael Bugard, and he scores, no trouble at all. A well-struck penalty kick by Michael Bugard in the first minute gives Newcastle a 1-0 lead. Newcastle United now have the throw in. This is Brandt. He's got McClurg following him. Good cross by Simon Brandt, and missed there, and Lee! Grant Lee makes it number 2 for Newcastle United. It's right over the top there towards Burke, and Mountford makes it 3.
Mark Waine at Adamstown with 3-0 to Newcastle, the final score. Well, that's the expensive South Melbourne at the Athletic Field yesterday. Sydney City are in the dark shorts.
Bruce. Cosmina flicking it on, but away from the path of David Mitchell. Now Davidson, but he was indecisive. Mitchell tries a shot, and the ball just going past that post. And John Cosmina taking a few steps back as he prepares for this long throw. Mitchell comes to the near post. It's over him and Blair and away by Russell. Cosmina in again, and the shot, and a fine save by Peter Lormetz, and a corner given. So Joe Watson will swing it out with the right foot towards Mitchell. He gets up there, and it's a goal by Jerry Gomez. So the referee now happy with the wall, Davidson and Brown, and it comes to Brown, but straight into Alec Robertson. Halford, back to Russell, and Brown gets there first. Halford feeds Murphy, and he does well. It's a good ball forward too to Wooden, and Wooden tripped. And surely that looked like a penalty kick. Egan, and Clark saves it. Todd Clark, a miraculous save there. Now Kay. That was a good ball too, as Cosmina straight offside. Watson towards Mitchell. He heads it across. Lormetz under pressure, and it comes down to Gomez. And that's Jerry Gomez. Second goal of the match. Davidson. Eisendorn and Watson. It's a good ball to David Mitchell, and he's onside. Can he finish? David Mitchell makes it number 3 for Sydney City. Mitchell getting his 23rd National League goal. And Sydney City going to a seemingly unassailable 3-0 lead.
Mark Waine at the Athletic Field, Sydney City winning the match 3-0. Well, if that were an unscheduled game on Saturday. In the end, Olympic ended up with 4 points from 2 games. Here's their first effort at the international with Newcastle in the yellow.
Burke. Flicked on by Mountford. Brandt. And a lovely piece of skill by Simon Brandt. Now Kalatzis. Soper. away by Mick Shannon. Only temporarily so. This is Phillips. Patalis. And he hits the post. And Gosling saves from the Kusas snapshot. Now the good ball finds Shannon. He finds Jones. Outside him is Tredinick. He crosses it himself. And the ball's in. Or is it a handball? Well, it certainly looked to be handled there. Mountford. Nice flick finding Shannon. And he looks for Senkalski. And the back pass perilously close to an own goal.
Mark Waine in Newcastle, the match ending in a scoreless draw. With an easy home win on Saturday, and this despite the lack of freedom given by Footscray to returned young soldier David Lowe and veteran visitor Mick Shannon. Footscray are in the dark blue shirts.
First of the ball there was Kyriakouleas, and Bugard flattened behind play by Paul Simic. Very late challenge indeed. And Bugard holding his left knee. But he's all right, and he'll take the free kick himself. In fact, leaves it for Burke. Shannon. Jones crossing it and put behind for a corner. Up there is Burke, and it goes towards him. Peter Burke scoring his first goal for Newcastle United in the National League. And quickly taken by Shannon to Bugard. He cuts it across, and it's another corner to Newcastle. Well, they scored their goal from this position. Now let's see what they can do from this one. The goal scorer, Big Peter Burke, is up there, as well as Mick Shannon and Bob Mountford on the far post. Goes towards Burke again, dropped by the goalkeeper and scrambled in. And Craig Mason is the man. Now Kenny Taylor. Carroll hits the post, Joe Carroll. And how unlucky can you be? Oh, lovely turn. And Kyriakouleas gives away a corner. So let's see what Newcastle can do with their first corner in this second half. Jones takes it. And there is Burke. Newcastle's third goal in the 51st minute of the match.
Mark Waine at Adamstown, which cost them dearly. Having lost to Marconi on Wednesday night, they had to meet Leichhardt at Lambert Park yesterday, and this is how they went there, with Leichhardt in the maroon shirts.
Half away by Burke. There's Bertonia, and finally out by Senkalski. Carter, good ball, finding Bradley. And the early ball for Marcelo, nice touch on. Butler keeps it in, and it's there! It's a goal! Now Gray for Leichhardt, he finds Marcelo. And he in turn finds Butler. His only support is to Chegley, but upcoming Marcelo now. And a good challenge by Burke. And unattended there is Marcelo. Gets the cross in towards Bradley. Number 2 for Leichhardt. Nice turn there by Shannon. He's upended. Free kick. Perhaps the advantage could have been allowed there as David Lowe had the ball. Certainly, referee Lawrence hasn't allowed the game to flow that well. Not playing the advantage rule to the best of his ability. A chance there for Newcastle and Burke. And Burke makes it 2-1. Well, that looked a fairly innocuous free kick. It's a poor kick by Gosling, straight to Bradley. This is Butler. Now Mason for Newcastle. David Lowe pursued by Carter. Goes round him. Still going low. And now Cowburn. And there's the equaliser. Brett Cowburn scoring in the 89th minute of the match. So the man who came on as a substitute looked as though he might have pinched a point for Newcastle United. So now it's Leichhardt's turn to see if they can pull something out of this match. This is Bradley. Gets the cross in, but it's charged down and a corner kick. And Leichhardt will throw everyone forward. But Newcastle leaving a couple of players back. Here comes a cross and Batonia, and there's 3-2. Well, what a finish! What an amazing finish!
Mark Waine at Lambert Park, and the final score 3-2 to Leichhardt. And they were out on a golden opportunity to squeeze into second spot when they were held yesterday to a scoreless draw by West Adelaide. At Barton Park, St George are in the red shirts.
Well, perhaps the game on Friday took the edge off St George. Certainly they look a little flat. But they're really having difficulty in penetrating this resolute West Adelaide defence. Now Marton, this could be the chance they're waiting for. O'Shea inside there, and Marton, and a great save by Crook. It's still a chance, and away by the West Adelaide defence. Well, Martin Crook saving West Adelaide on that occasion. Mickey Brennan, who looks like he's temporarily dropped onto Robbie Slater while Ian McGregor is getting treatment. Now Ratcliffe tries the shot, and that was a good shot by David Ratcliffe. And a short one. This is Slater chipping it nicely forward towards Ratcliffe. Wilkinson back in, and a bit of a mix-up, and Slater, and how did he miss from that position? Well, that would have been a last gasp winner for St George. Robbie Slater, from only 5 metres out, contrived to kick it over the crossbar.
Mark Waine at Barton Park at the International Sports Centre on Saturday, and the reward 3 points from the team that thrashed them 5 season. City are in the blue.
Meyer, low. Now Shannon. Still going Shannon. A nice touch to Mountford. And a good shot and a good save by Kim Wishart. So Newcastle's third corner of the afternoon. Brett Cowburn himself will take it. Just over the head of Mountford. Now Senkalski. Mason. Mountford. And the second chance for Bob Mountford. Now Mason. Meyer. Low. Shannon. Looking for Meyer. And lovely one-touch stuff by Newcastle. Now Senkalski. Oh, lovely ball, Senkalski. This is Cowburn. And the ball dropping over the crossbar. Meyer. Senkalski, he's having a good game. Mountford, Shannon, Senkalski. And wide to Howard Tredinnick. Oh, that's a bad ball by him. Really expect better. Shannon wins it back. Now he's got the chance again, Tredinnick. That's better. Mountford, low. Hits the post! Oh, goodness gracious me! He's changed his shirt, Craig Mason. I think the other one was bespattered with blood, or seemed to be. So he's come out in a very unusual number 19. Now
Now Bromfield. Nice turn there by Hamilton. Outside is Falco. And Gosling makes a mistake. And there's a goal for Brisbane City. Well, a terrible error by Clint Gosling. And Steve Glockner puts it in for Brisbane City. Nice touch forward by Bromfield. A big boot forward by Bugard. Now Lowe. Lovely control, Lowe. And tries a shot. Hits the bar. Well, David Lowe, for the second time in the match, has been denied by the woodwork.
Mark Waine at the Sports Centre, Brisbane City winning the match 1-0. The Hindmarsh Stadium, 29th of May. And it was Newcastle who did the damage at the International Sports Centre by inflicting on Preston only their second defeat of the season. Newcastle are in the yellow strip.
This is Shannon. Now Campbell for Preston. Three of them converge on him. That's a lovely ball to Claude Lucchese and lobs the keeper. Superb goal, Claude Lucchese. Oh, what a lovely goal. Mason flicking it forward. Jones faced by Flavel. Away by Todorovsky. And Ojakov puts it behind for the corner. So everyone bar Clint Gosling in the Preston half. And a terrible corner, but it comes out to Senkalski. Sports Centre goes wild. Opposinas for Preston. That's a bad ball, Mason. And Senkalski has a bit of room, although Ilioski is in pursuit. Corner to Newcastle. So Big Peter Burke trotting up for this corner. He's scored two before from this position for Newcastle. Short one now. This is Senkalski. Mason. And it's a goal. The ball drifting slowly into the back of the net. And Newcastle take the lead.
Wollongong Wolves producing, for instance, one memorable moment from Ian Souness. The Slickers are in the blue.
Pollard throws it, and it's towards Liestra, away by Murray Barnes. John Fleming takes the corner. Short one, this is Pollard, and the touch, it's in! Lovely goal for Wollongong City. Roy Cotton, the scorer. Can't. O'Connor trying to get behind the defence. He does. Murray, and the ball spirals over the crossbar. Watson now curls it in, and Borges, and against the bar, and Gomez, and away. Well, how did Sydney City not score on that occasion? Free kick it is to Wollongong, but the ball pushed against the bar by Jim Preston. Now Nelio Borges keeps it in, and the header, and Gomez. Jerry Gomez scores. Jerry Gomez equalising for Sydney City. Watson square to Souness. Superb goal by Ian Souness. The Wollongong defence was full. And Ian Souness gets his second goal of the season. Can't. Borges surely barged off the ball. Now Can't. And there's a bit of feeling getting into this game. Barnes finds Gomez, and he finds Watson. Looks for Willie Murray. Gomez keeps it in. And it's in, no!
Murray. Cant through the middle to Murray, and what a good ball, but Bliestra read it well. Now Murray gets the line, and he's given a penalty kick. Well, did not look like a penalty to me. Fairly innocuous decision. Sydney City looking for a 3-1 lead. And there it is, Ian Souness sending Jim Preston the wrong way, and Sydney City go into a 3-goal-to-1 lead.
Mark Waine at the athletic field, the Slickers making sure of it, 3-1. And a third second place already, had it not been for their third home loss of the season on Saturday, this time against South Melbourne. Newcastle are in the yellow.
Mountford getting up very high. Blair through the middle, and Watson under a bit of difficulty, and Egan, and a superb save by Clint Gosling. Carino now for South Melbourne. Outside of him is Egan, and gets it back from Davidson instead. Brown looks for Carino, and can he finish it off? A good save there by Clint Gosling. Well, a lovely neat move by Carino. Still the dangers there. Davidson charged down by Tredinick. It's towards Doug Brown. Senkalski. Jones. And the ball bounces right out of the ground as David Jones got right underneath that one. Big Steve Blair lurking on the edge of the box for South Melbourne as Brown takes it towards Egan, and Blair, he got up so well, Steve Blair. The ball, unfortunately for him, spooned over the bar. Egan battles with Watson, and almost given away by Burke. Now Davidson, that is given away, and Mason and Senkalski get in each other's way. Certainly a lack of organisation by both teams in the last 5 minutes. Players getting in each other's way, but now Doug Brown has a chance to rectify that. Carino, good shot. Oh, great goal, Oscar Carino. Superb effort by the young Socceroo, Oscar Carino.
Mark Waine at Adamstown Oval, South Melbourne winning the match.
Murray Barnes. Comes in, and the header, it's a goal! John Cosmina, and Sydney City take the lead. Jones gets a second chance, square to Mason. Watson, Tredinick, Watson, and for the second time Gary Watson was just wide with his shot. This is Jim Cant. Gomez, Watson just couldn't control. Now Mason for Newcastle. Spreads it wide to Meyer. Kirby. Low. Touched by Borges. And Senkalski. Throwing Watson and Burke forward for this free kick. It's towards Mountford.
Mark Waine at Gosford, where the Slickers won the match 1-0. They ripped the visitors from Canberra apart. Canberra are in the white.
Mountford. Mason. This is Low. Senkalski. Outside of him is Kirby. Lowe. And a corner kick to Newcastle. Well, David Lowe's been closely shadowed, alternately by either Angelo Ambrosino or John Walsh. Really hasn't been able to shake himself free of those markers. Short one, quickly taken. This is Kirby. Now Jones. And Nosovsky misses it, and it's a goal! Bob Mountford is it who scored? Yes, it seems to be Bob Mountford. Sinkalski. Battling his way through. This is Lowe. Oh, what a fine try by David Lowe. Superb skill. Sinkalski gets his crossover well, and a very good touch there by Young. Kept the ball off the head of Mountford. Now Tradinic. Mason tries one, and it's in! Off the post by Craig Mason. So the second half gets underway, and Canberra now will be playing from left to right. And Newcastle have had to make a change at half-time. Ralph Meyer was injured and came off. As now they go on the attack, and David Lowe is onside. This might be an early goal here. Hashofsky gets down to it. And away it goes for a Newcastle corner. So that's the second time in 2 matches here at Adamstown that Meyer has had to go off. Now Sinkalski for Newcastle. Lowe. In fact, the ball drifts past him to find Jones. And Mountford, there's number 3. Well, so easy for Bob Mountford. Stone. Forward by Burke. This is Sinkalski. Lovely control. And threading it through to David Jones, and it's one-on-one. Jones goes round him, and somehow the ball stayed out. The shot comes in from Buckley, and Canberra managed to scramble it clear by Murray. Sinkalski. Low. And hits the post, David Lowe. Well, a nice shot on the turn by the young Socceroo, David Lowe.
Run it!
Gibson, robbed by Sinkalski. Going on his own. Oh, lovely ball, and Jones makes it number 4. A superb goal set up by a brilliant run by the midfielder, Joe Sinkalski. So 4-0 the scoreline here at Adamstown. That's the most goals they've ever seen here by Newcastle in a National League match. But now immediately coming forward is Farina. And a chance for a goal, and off the line. And the man who cleared it was Bernard Kirby. Gibson. Stone couldn't pick his way through the Newcastle defence. Now the chance of a break is on. This is Jones. Going on his own, Jones. And now Mason. And there's number 5. A comedy of errors in the Canberra defence. And Craig Mason controlled it and slotted it home with the left foot off the post.
Mark Waine at Adamstown, and the final score, Newcastle 5, Canberra. Field, Sydney City, -2 of their regular midfielders, could not cope with the defence of West Adelaide. And if the Slickers were to retain their title, this is surely the game they should have won. West Adelaide are in the blue.
Now Robertson. Away by Dunn. Finds Hayes. And Brown is onside. Hayes goes for the return. And he's right through the middle. Graham Hayes. And the shot just going across the face of goal.
backhands. Cosmina, shadowed by Hearn. Now Watson. Murray to Marini, and the ball hits the post. Well, that was slow motion soccer. Cosmina misdirecting his header. Now Brown. And hits the foot of Pisano. Hayes. And Pisano makes a miracle save. Hayes. And Pisano driving on the loose ball.
In the match poised to decide the issue in 1983, Mark Waine was there with Croatia in the red shirts.
And that's a nice ball for Savo. If he can just keep it in, he can. Back to Kovacic. Deflects off Arnold. Hensman. Kovacic. Arnold. Arnold. And a superb save by Alex McPherson. Vidajic. Arnold. Arnold again. And a good solid challenge there by Kovacic. This is now Savo. Tries a shot, hits the post, and Melita escapes. Well, what a good shot from Wally Savo. And Tomasic, that was a poor header. And Alex Kovacic clears temporarily. This is McKee. McCausland. And Griffiths chops it back in, and the shot and saved by Watson. And Bruno Vidajic. Alex Kovacic. Good strong play by him. This is Savo. Majan Kovacic. And now Woods. And McPherson somehow got the luck of the bounce. Well, Brett Woods was through, but his shot wasn't strong enough. Hilton Silva will take this corner. I think this is perhaps his first touch of the match. He'll curl it in with the left foot. And Woods, and somehow the ball eluded Arnold, and behind for another corner. Well, Brett Woods got on the end of that header, and it fell then to Arnold, but he couldn't apply the finishing touch. Off the line there by McCausland. Rezo, Arnold, and there it is! Graham Arnold makes it 1-0 in the 49th minute of the match. Melita getting a little desperate, and they have to be. They really must score if they're to have any chance of taking out this game and the championship. Now McCausland. Tomasic away. Only as far as Farnsworth. And Watson drops it, and it's there from McKee.
And the final score at King Tomislav Park, a 1-1 draw, so no changes in the... But if it's second spot thereafter, they, with Des Martin at last, in devastating form, went a long way toward getting it against Wollongong on Saturday. St George are in the red shirts.
Now, Martin heavily limping. Wide of him is Robbie O'Shea. And now Wilkinson. And in fact, Slater got the touch on that. Now Slater on the run, avoiding the challenge of Dunleavy. And Wilkinson is waiting there, but Slater goes on his own. And it's there! Slater makes it 1-0 for St George. A super goal by Robbie Slater, his 6th of the season. Well, this game has certainly come to life in this second half. And a bit of pushing and shoving there between Cotton and O'Shea, and Cotton gets away with it. And the shot comes in, and somehow the ball doesn't go in.
Marton. Nice cross. And the header comes in from Wilkinson to make it 2-0 for St George. Wilkinson back to Stone, and the first time ball through for Marton. And surely this must be number 3. It is! Des Marton makes it 3-0 for St George. Goes round Skeen. And Cotton! And the offside flag is up. Now the chase is on for Marton. Slater making the run, but Marton ignores him and goes round a second, and this could be Marton's second of the match. Should be Marton's second of the match. It is Marton's second of the match. And the old maestro, Des Marton, scores his 7th goal of the season, and you'll go a long, long way to see a better one than that.
Mark Waine at the St George Stadium, 4-0 to the Saints, the final score. Meanwhile, for about an hour before the first goal finally came, and which frankly didn't look like it was ever going to come. But when it did, Tiny John made the wait well worth it. Footscray in the white.
Gray. Time to measure his cross, and Bradley hits the post as Dennis Boland misjudges it. Brown, that's not a good header at all, but Batonia does enough to keep it away from Payton. Now Lujic. Carroll. Control. Payton. And a nice run by Kurovic, and he's picked up by Payton, but Shan was covering, forcing him back. Lovely skill though by Kurovic, and tries one. And what a fine effort by young Suleiman Kurovic. Carroll. And a fine save by Parks from the header by Payton. So Bradley takes the kick. And against the bar by Valeri. And Shan. Well, the second time in the match, the woodwork here at Lambert Park has denied Leichhardt a goal. So O'Donnell takes a free kick. And the header bounces on the top of the bar from Gary McDowell. Bradley helping it on. No one there for Leichhardt. A terrible comedy of errors, and Bradley lobs a keeper, and it's in! Oh my goodness gracious me! What a terrible mistake in defence by Footscray. And John Bradley was the man that capitalised on it. O'Donnell bursting forward. Now Payton. Carroll. And hits the post, and now Payton can't finish it off. Mariani has a bent. Now Bradley, Van Egmond. Back to Bradley. And Tredenick. Number 2 for Leichhardt. That goal was set up by John Bradley and taken beautifully by Peter Tredenick.
Mark Waine at Lambert Park, and the winners, Leichhardt, 2-0. For Sydney's other... and convincingly on Saturday. And with that, of course, did a big favour to the other candidates as well. Sydney City are in the light blue.
Preston are playing with the aid of what wind there is, and it's a fair breeze blowing almost directly down the ground. Now Murray. Bowden. Murray. Cosmina! A neat move by the Slickers. Barnes winning over McMillan. Now Barnes again. Murray. And Murray still going. And Cosmina! Sydney City get the goal they wanted. And it was all set up by a run from the left winger, Willie Murray. Watson. Kay. Barnes is outside of him, but goes inside towards Watson. And Sydney City win the first corner of the match. Watson takes the corner. And it's a goal! Steve O'Connor! Well, he just seemed to be unmarked there in the box, and the ball dropped slowly over the head of Richard Wilson. And what a dream start for Sydney City. Petrovski, the long one. And Lucchese headed back straight to Jim Cant. Now Murray Barnes. That was not a good ball by Cant. He played Barnes under pressure, but he's got it back. And again gives the ball away. He'll have to do a little better than that. Now Barnes again. Murray. Kay. Barnes. This is Bowden. Murray. And gets around Petrovski. Not happy with that decision. The linesman had flagged. Seemed to be the correct one. Now Barnes robs Isaac Farrell, and Kenny Bowden comes up with a ball. He might go on his own, Bowden. And he hits the bar, and it's in! Oh my goodness, what a superb effort by Kenny Bowden! Well, that was Kenny Bowden at his best, and isn't he a happy man?